It's Friday, friends. I'm so excited. It's Friday. I have a nice big cup of coffee. My baby is all healing up. I'm so excited. Okay, listen. Trial day 6. I think it's trial day 6. Today, most of the day, we're going to hear from banking witnesses. And this is why that's important. Right now, the jury doesn't know anything about Alex's financial struggle and his financial crimes and whatever. I mean, okay, let's be real. These people come from Colleton County. They live in this community. They've heard things. Now, they have agreed to hold their judgment until they hear all the information. But I am not so encumbered. I do not have to hold my judgment until I hear all the information because, frankly, I feel like I've heard all the information. And so right now, the judge is listening to all the banking stuff. And then at the end of hearing all the banking witnesses, he will decide if the jury can hear all of this justification, all these justification witnesses. And I think he's going to say yes. I don't know if he's going to let all of it in, but I suspect that he's going to say yes. What I was watching yesterday, Alex's face. He was all like, ha, 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 he, jovial prior to now. A little too jolly for a murder case, in my opinion, but I have never been a murderer, so I don't know how that, resonates in your head. I don't know what's happening for him. But yesterday, when he stood face to face with his former CFO, Miss Jeannie Seckinger, we're going to bow down to Miss Jeannie Seckinger because she has no time for your mess. And we're going to step aside when she comes in the hallway. And then he faced his friend, Chris Wilson. He faced another guy whose name escapes me, but he had a very deep voice. The guy from the Real Forge Consulting. Alex set up a fake Forge account. When all of these people who Alex had done dirty, he had to come face to face with them. They held their heads up and they looked him in the eye. He looked like somebody pooped on his dinner plate. You ever seen that? Somebody just, This is a man who has not had to face consequences in his life, probably ever. And now, face to face, in front of God and all the world, he has to sit there and take his lickings. Here's the thing, though. When they were done, he picked up his stuff and he shuffled on out of the court. He didn't seem that sad to me. But you know who was not there in court yesterday afternoon? His brother and his son and all those family members that were there standing behind him, supporting him. Poof, nowhere to be seen. Now, they know he's a criminal. They know he has stolen money. And I'm sure they're chalking it up to an opioid addiction. Everybody knows somebody, who struggled a little bit with drugs. You know what? Every family has, even if it's like a fourth cousin, you got a crackhead in your family. You have an opioid addict or a neighbor or a friend or your boyfriend's family and them. Everybody knows somebody, right? And listen, if you live in a big city, you see them on the street trying to sell their mama's VCR and her roll of duct tape and whatever else so they can get some money. This is what Alex did. But the difference is he did it on a very high scale. Also, he got all his teeth. He held a full job. He was still going to court. Boo-boo, your drug addiction was not that bad because it was not turning your entire life upside down in a way that people could see. Obviously, it was turning his whole life upside down because he went and became a family annihilator. I learned that from a true crime education. These dudes or ladies who shoot and kill their entire family to hide like a financial something that's going on or an affair or whatever to keep the real them from coming out. When you kill a whole family, you're referred to as a family annihilator. And that is what old Alex is. I wonder how that's going to sit with him now that God and all the world knows, because we see you and we know Mr. Alec. What does this mean for his son, Buster? How does Buster get on with the rest of his life? Does he change his name? Does he move to a big city? Does he go someplace where nobody knows him? Where's he going to go? Who don't know this trial? All that bright flame and red hair? Who's having them little Murdaugh babies? Honey, I would change my last name to Brandstetter and be like, oh, my name is Richard Brandstetter. I don't know none of y'all. Brandstetter's his mama's last name. I would become one of the Brandstetters if I was him. I would not go by Dick, though, because come on. Because Buster, turns out, is a junior. He is Richard Alexander Murdaugh Jr. That name probably used to mean something in that community. Right now, it just is associated with murder and financial crimes. That's not what you want for your life. Even if you're just managing the Buffalo Wild Wings, When I raise my hand and get the manager over because I'm mad because I ain't get enough wing sauce, I'm like, oh, ain't you the murderer's son? Nah. Go by Dickie Brandstetter. Hey, Dickie Brandstetter. See, dye your hair black. Nobody know you. It's going to be just fine. Okay, today in court, we wait to hear what the judge is going to let in. Honestly, I hope the judge decides today because I'm tired of waiting. And I want the jury to hear all of this. I want the jury to know all of this. One final thought. I'm struck by the fact that every single day the prosecution has left us with a cliffhanger, something to stick in our heads, something that we can't let go of. And it occurred to me this morning as I was baking bagels for my kids. Because, if my babies want bagels, they get bagels. And I don't run down to the bagel shop and get them out of the grocer's freezer. God forbid, that is a crime against bagels. I bake them homemade and fresh for my children because I do like that. This is the thing I'm thinking. At the end of the trial, right? This trial is going to take 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever. You're not going to remember every picky little detail. All this boring firearm stuff and cell phone stuff and whatever. All these teeny little details, they're kind of not going to matter that much, right? When these people sit down to deliberate, what are they going to remember? Those things that are imprinted on their brains. What is imprinted on their brains? That cliffhanger that they're left with at the end of the day, at the end of the weekend. Those are the things that are going to come up. I've been on a jury. I've served jury duty 2 or 3 times. Ooh, and one time I got to stand up in court and read the verdict. I was so nervous. My hands were shaking. And it is my personal belief that the prosecution never knows what really happened. They could put all the pieces together and come up with their theory of the crime. It was clear to us in the jury duty that the prosecution, they had a case. They had the evidence, but it was clear there were holes in their case. They didn't know everything that really happened, but you know what they did? They gave us enough. It's like if you get a piece of Swiss cheese, yes, it has holes in it. Is it still delicious? Why, yes, it is. Is there enough for you to know you had some cheese? Yes, you know you had some cheese, even though there were all those holes. These holes, in my mind, will not be significant enough for these people not to convict him, especially if the jury is able to hear about the financial crimes. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up because once these videos get too long, they get very difficult to upload. And I am not super tech savvy. Look, I have the good lighting today. I love the lighting down here. Anyway, so tonight, after court, today is Friday. Like I said before, I'm so excited. Tonight after court, so like 6 o'clock, I guess, Eastern time, 6, 7, I'm gonna go live. I'm terrified. I know it seems like I'm super comfortable on camera, and I really kind of am. But when it comes to live, the tech, the lagging, the dogs barking, will my husband walk in? Will my now healed teenage son come running in here asking me for pizza? Will the smoke alarm go off because I'm baking things? Child, I have no idea. We're going to play it by ear. I hope you will be there with me. Maybe I'll put up one of those banner things to remind people like Emily D. Baker does. Hey, Emily, there's 100% chance you are not watching this, but me and you is cool, Emily. We hang out all day long and watch trial coverage. Okay, so tonight, 8 minutes and 25 seconds. Lord, this video is too long. Okay, but tonight after trial, I'm estimating 6 to 6:30. I will be right here with the good lighting and we are going to talk Murdaugh. I'll see you then. Bye.